After earlier telling the media that he wants to go back to Real Madrid and fight for his future, Gareth Bale has now sought to clarify his comments. There's a reason why Sergio Aguero is leaving Man City, and Pep Guardiola won't tell you, but hey, you've got us for that. Tonight, we're spilling the beans. Manchester United have apparently stolen the march over Real Madrid over the signing of one of the best defenders in La Liga. All this and more coming your way. Make sure to hit subscribe and hit the bell icon to get notified every time we post something. Milan suffer number one setback. AC Milan have suffered a fresh setback in their pursuit to keep current number one Gigi Donnarumma at the San Siro for the long haul. According to Sky Sport Italia, the Italian giants have not offered the young shot-stopper the type of wages that he desires. Milan are willing to offer the player an annual salary of €7 million, but he wants more. It's being claimed that the 22-year-old will sign a one-year extension if his demands are not met, which pretty much means that the Rossoneri would be looking to sanction a sale this summer rather than losing their academy product for free. In recent times, Man United and Real Madrid have been hotly linked with the young goalkeeper, who's already considered one of the finest shot-stoppers around. However, it remains to be seen if Paolo Maldini and company will be able to convince the player that he can achieve a lot in his career if he decides to stay there. Wigan Athletic finally get a new owner. The past 12 months have been extremely difficult for Wigan Athletic. They went into administration in July 2020 and got really close to being dissolved. In January, there was a takeover deal which fell through. However, a consortium led by Bahraini businessman Abdul Rahman Al Jazmi has completed the takeover following English Football League's approval. There was mounting pressure to have a deal completed since EFL rules prevent clubs from starting successive seasons in administration. The club is officially out of the red zone, but the new ownership has got a lot of work on its hands. This is a really good bit of news for the club's fans, who actually raised more than £650,000 in order to protect the club's future. Wigan is really lucky to have such fans. Manchester United set to nick Real Madrid target. So we all know how badly Manchester United need a new centre-back. Harry Maguire has been putting in solid shifts at the heart of defence in recent weeks, while Victor Lindelöf has been able to put in the shift as well. However, both men are not the quickest of runners, which can be problematic against teams who have speedy wingers that love to cut inside. For that, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has Eric Bailly. The Ivorian is definitely more athletic than the other two, but the problem with him is that he's got a tendency to get injured. His injury record is so bad that the Norwegian tactician has been forced into using him wisely. This means that the centre-back problem is far from resolved. In recent times, the Red Devils have been linked with the likes of Raphael Varane and Jules Koundé, but it appears that another La Liga defender is looking more and more like a safer bet. According to rumours, Villarreal defender Pau Torres could be heading over to Old Trafford. The young defender is definitely one of the rising stars in La Liga and is open to leaving El Madrigal in favour of a switch to England. Manchester United might have to pay at least €45 million for the Spanish international, but Villarreal might also be open to a player plus cash deal that could see Bailly heading back to his former club. The current Manchester United squad is still far from competing with the likes of Man City and Liverpool for the Premier League title. The team still needs more stability at the back in order to survive games where the margins are thin to non-existent. Therefore, a solid defender like Pau Torres would go a very long way in adding more beef to the backline. Bayern out of Holland race? This summer transfer window is going to be a really interesting one, since there are some really big players whose future might be decided in a few months. Kylian Mbappe, for instance, might leave Paris Saint-Germain. Paul Pogba might leave Manchester United. Sergio Aguero is definitely signing for a new club, and Harry Kane might have had enough disappointments at Tottenham. Lionel Messi's next move is definitely going to be the biggest story of the summer. However, arguably, the most exciting transfer story that may or may not happen is of Borussia Dortmund striker Erling Braut Haaland. The young Norwegian is showing no signs of slowing down, and he's destined for a glorious career. Pretty much every big team on the continent is vying for his signature. In the past, Bayern Munich have made a habit of poaching the most talented players in the Bundesliga. Recently, they confirmed the signing of Dayot Upamecano from RB Leipzig, so it's no surprise that the Bavarians have also been linked with Holland. But here's the thing, Bayern Munich believe that they don't need to sign another striker when they already have a serial scorer in the shape of Robert Lewandowski. While Holland might be the most fearsome forward in world football, Bayern CEO Karl-Heinz Rummenigge believes that his team won't be entering a bidding war since they already have the best striker in all the land. The Bayern chief told Bild, "I don't know where the rumours have come from. I can only say one thing. We have the world's best footballer in this position. Robert Lewandowski has a contract until 2023. Almost every major club in Europe has been linked with a move for Holland, including Man City. The Premier League leaders once had Inge Holland, Erling's father, on their books and look set to be in the market for a forward this summer after it was announced that Aguero is leaving after a decade at the Etihad. Real Madrid and Barcelona have also been heavily linked with the forward, as have City's Premier League rivals Man United and Chelsea. So where do you think Holland will go this summer, or maybe will it be next summer? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. Slam and dunk for the Reds. Big news for Liverpool fans as NBA star LeBron James has joined the club's ownership group. Liverpool owners Fenway Sports Group have confirmed an investment into the company by Redbird Capital Partners, which has seen NBA star LeBron James become a part of the Premier League club's ownership group. According to the British media, Redbird will invest around $749 billion in the club, which amounts to 10% of FSG's overall value. Juve legend wants future free agent to make a move. Former Juventus player Franco Causio believes that Sergio Aguero would be a perfect signing for the Italians once he becomes a free agent. The Argentine striker's departure this summer was made official only recently, and it's expected that he'll be staying in Europe for the time being. PSG are also interested in hiring the experienced striker, and Causio believes that the 32-year-old would be a perfect fit for Juventus. He would be perfect for Juventus. He's proved he can be useful for many clubs, provided he is 100% fit, the former Juve and Argentina winger told Gazzetta dello Sport, with Aguero departing City in the summer. Players are not old anymore at 32. If I were at Juventus, I would offer him a 2-year deal, because I'm convinced he can still give a lot. He can be like Tevez, but he must be motivated and willing to learn, as Tevez did. Manchester City, meanwhile, would be in the market for a new striker, and the citizens are now eyeing a move for either Harry Kane or, as mentioned, Erling Braut Haaland. Both men have been on bitter rivals Manchester United's radar, which means that Pep Guardiola's side would be eager to sign either of these two strikers. Making a move for Kane seems much easier given the interest Haaland has generated. Kane's contract at Tottenham runs up till 2024, and the England international might consider a move away from London in order to start winning some silverware. The fact that Man City need a long-term solution up front is a big indication why Aguero's services are not being retained. The league leaders are eager to continue building for the future, and perhaps the decision to let Aguero leave was made months ago. Don't be surprised if City do end up signing a big-name striker this summer. Ronaldo armband put out for auction. While Cristiano Ronaldo did throw his armband to the ground in disgust, it's clear that everything he touches, or in this case throws, turns to gold. A charity which is raising money for a 6-month-old boy's surgery was able to obtain the armband and is now auctioning it off in the hopes that the amount will be enough for the procedure. While Ronaldo's display might have seemed petulant at first, maybe in the grand scheme of things, something positive has come out of it. Bale seeks clarification. Alright, so you remember when Gareth Bale gave a right old slap to the Tottenham fans who thought that their star player really wanted a second coming? Indeed, the Welsh winger did upset a few fans by suggesting that the London club was nothing more than a rebound for him and that he plans to win back the old mistress, aka Real Madrid. His form hasn't been bad, but it hasn't been great either. He does look like a player who's past his prime, and that peak Bale is only available on old YouTube videos. However, the 31-year-old has decided to reword his previous statement in a nicer way. We want you to judge it for yourself, so here's what Bale said earlier. Going into the Euros, I want to be match fit. The original plan was to do a season at Spurs, and after the Euros, still have a year left at Real Madrid. My plan is to go back, that's as far as I've planned. And here's Bale's most recent statement. Obviously, going into next season, legally my contract says I have to go back to Real Madrid, which is what I stated, which I don't think is being disrespectful to anybody. That's legally what I have to do. Real Madrid are, I guess, my parent club, and as far as I agreed, I was on Tottenham on loan until the end of the season and I go back. That's the plan so far. So, basically, Bale said in a nice manner that he has to go back to his parent club and then see what happens. This means that either the player really wants to go back to prove a point, or he just wanted to play enough games in order to be ready for the Euros. I don't know, but I get this feeling that Tottenham might have been used. But hey, if he performs in the remaining games, we might change our minds. So that's it for today. Please let us know what you think about these stories, and make sure to subscribe to our channel and, yeah, click the bell thing. You know what to do. Thanks for being the coolest viewers on this platform.